Introduction. The Battle of Imphal, fought between March and July 1944, was one of the most significant battles of the Pacific War and a critical confrontation in the Burma campaign of World War II. The Imperial Japanese Army, supported by the Indian National Army (INA), launched an ambitious invasion into British India, aiming to capture the strategically important city of Imphal in northeastern India. However, the British-led Allied forces, primarily composed of Indian, British and Gurkha troops, mounted a fierce defense, ultimately leading to one of the most devastating defeats for Japan. Background and strategic importance. By early 1944, the Japanese 15th Army, under General Renya Mutaguchi, sought to exploit their successes in Burma by pushing into India. The goal was to cut off Allied supply lines, encourage an Indian nationalist uprising against British rule, and establish a stronghold in South Asia. Imphal, a key logistical hub for the British 14th Army under General William Slim, became the prime target of the Japanese offensive. Alongside Japanese forces, the Indian National Army, led by Subhash Chandra Bose, aimed to liberate India from British colonial rule. The Japanese offensive. In March 1944, Japanese forces launched a three-pronged attack on Imphal, attempting to encircle and isolate the city. The 15th, 31st and 33rd Japanese divisions, along with INA contingents, advanced through the dense jungles and mountainous terrain of Manipur. Meanwhile, a parallel attack was launched on the nearby town of Kohima to prevent British reinforcements from aiding Imphal. Despite initial gains, the offensive soon faced severe logistical difficulties, including supply shortages, rough terrain, and monsoon rains that turned roads into impassable mud. Fierce battles and Allied counteroffensive. The defenders of Imphal, consisting of the British 14th Army and Indian divisions, resisted with tenacity. The Allies' superior air support, including supply drops and close air attacks, played a decisive role in maintaining their defensive lines. By mid-April, the Japanese forces began to suffer from extreme supply shortages, starvation, and disease. In June, after months of relentless fighting, the Allies launched a counteroffensive, gradually pushing the exhausted Japanese forces back into Burma. Japanese defeat and aftermath. By July 1944, the Japanese 15th Army was in full retreat, suffering catastrophic losses. Out of approximately 85,000 Japanese troops involved, more than 50,000 were killed, wounded, or captured. The Battle of Imphal, combined with the simultaneous Battle of Kohima, marked a turning point in the Burma campaign, shifting the momentum in favor of the Allies. This defeat crippled Japanese capabilities in the region and paved the way for the eventual Allied reconquest of Burma. The Battle of Imphal was a decisive moment in the Pacific War, showcasing the resilience of the British-led forces and the strategic failures of the Japanese High Command. It was one of Japan's worst military defeats, highlighting the critical importance of logistics and air power in modern warfare. The battle also had a lasting impact on the Indian independence movement, as the INA's involvement inspired future nationalist sentiments despite its eventual failure.